Cool.
St. Patty's Day was yesterday, and the only one that I saw with any St. Patty's Day spirit
Effective
was that little girl.
immediately. All bars, breweries, and wine tasting venues in San Luis Obispo shall close. When we knew that.
Yeah.
All restaurants shall remain closed, indoor, outdoor seating, but may be open for pickup and delivery. Bars, breweries, pubs, and alcohol establishments may do pickups. It's interesting.
Delivery service from the bars.
Coffee shops fall under restaurants. They have to close, but they can do pickups. All pickup areas
Hey, I'm about to
shall
film a
limit
podcast.
customers. So if you're going somewhere, you have to stay 6 feet away from each other.
I have to film on a podcast. I gotta go.
This is the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, that's almost exactly like it was.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That's
I
not
feel like
bad.
there's going to be more after that.
The main thing is restaurants,
Supposedly,
bars,
San
everybody.
Francisco shelter in place means if you're caught not doing essential stuff, they give you a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
So we'll see how strict.
See.
I think our county's going to be more lenient. We're more rural.
We'll find out.
Rural.
But the reality is if you're out doing something, you should have purpose anyways.
It's true.
And so if you're out screwing around,
I don't mind the shelter in place.
Yeah, I mean, let's do what we got to do.
I think it's important now.
Yeah.
I think the question
might-
comes in the time of how long.
Yeah, because we might really have to all right, I'll see you in a few days.
I think that's kind of how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think I was listening to Newsom yesterday because he does press conferences every day. I don't know if you guys have been following.
Some of them, yeah.
But he was saying at the beginning of it, it's like we've been like pushing these things to you guys in very like small like doses to see how the public reacts.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you guys aren't reacting enough, so now we're going to start being more stricter.
Yeah.
And that's
not
what.
reacting enough.
Yeah.
Schools are closed. Everything is closed.
Well,
Did
like
they
now,
want more panic? What
well, they're like,
reacting enough?
because I
are
think they were
meaning?
waiting to see if the like, because they did the restaurant ban, but people were still going to restaurants because it was a guideline, not mandatory.
Well, then they did
Now
exactly
it's
what they were told.
mandatory,
Well,
so
now-
it's like,
When did you set to your hand?
I don't know,
Which
a while
one?
ago.
All right, the burn. I didn't see that. Burn dodge. Oh, I love that. That's a darkroom reference.
Nice.
It's just camera talk, you know.
It's like wax
Just get
on,
away
wax
from
off.
it.
I get it. I get the secret language.
It's really good to see you.
Can we drink these?
Drink
or-
these. Drink
What-
these.
what
Do
we're on
whatever.
video?
Oh, where'd I get that?
Do whatever.
Cover the.
So we finished up one podcast,
Today?
quote unquote podcast, in the garden,
Yeah, yeah.
and now we're over here with Richard. Why
Very
don't you-
different.
Yeah,
In
it's
the
very
garden?
different. Yeah,
Yeah, no, literally
Oh, Count
acreage
Poly?
of
yeah, it's
Okay.
dope.
beautiful flowers and life and super calm and people not wearing out and
Who did you interview?
literally the guy who's growing the gardens.
Yeah.
But it's a situation where it's like
There's a truck coming. I don't know if we want to.
that experience feels different. But we're also surrounded by options and resources and understanding and, you know, the reality of having something that is fear-filled doesn't give people a lot of options unless you know a lot of other options. So it's just different feel.
It was really calming. It was really nice to hear these two men be super, super calm, because a lot of friends have been calling and been like,
Really?
yeah.
Dude, he tells me some stories.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I guess I'm naturally kind of a calm person, so I'm.
Yeah, you're an introvert and you like
Take-
camping, so.
Yeah, this is like whatever, shelter in place.
Right? But we're also have interacted with people who are like, yeah, but I eat breakfast here and that place is closed.
Yeah, people are trying to adapt.
And so, yeah. So without it being like fear driven, well, I have to adapt to something and that's always a little difficult. And
Yeah.
now communication is weird and I'm not sure where I can go, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think our community is doing pretty well as far as keeping together so far. I mean, it's only been 3 days, really?
Yeah.
It's been weeks, but
No, good point.
3 days. it was-
Well, a lot's happened in 3 days, but yeah, it's
But I think-
realistically
I think-
72 hours of this week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Monday was kind of when we were like, oh, this is really happening. in our county.
That's true.
I think that's when they first announced like someone had it.
Yeah.
But that's all, like you were saying, it's kind of fear. Of course people have it.
Yeah, it's gonna spread. It's a virus. It spreads.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's kind of getting annoying how many people are like,
I really like the Office memes though. They're really good.
the memes, I mean,
haven't seen the
you
Office
need
one.
humor.
It's okay.
You need humor.
oh
Yes.
hell yeah, you do. You got to laugh at this stuff.
Like without humor, we would be screwed. So
But here we are, three people who I don't think anybody that we know is personally not recovered from it yet.
that's true.
So that might be a different conversation when that happens. But we still do need humor.
I think everybody's needs humor. I mean, the other countries, you could see them still doing humor and on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
Twitter's like the best place to get humor right now, for
We're gonna
like,
have to get
especially
more into Twitter.
especially during this time. Like, there's this one thing I was watching about like what people are doing in quarantine, and they're just hilarious videos. And it's like that's what we need, like just
Yeah.
people having fun. And like, did you see? There was one with a guy that set up marbles, and it was a sport. It was a race,
Yeah.
and he literally did like 5 minutes. He dug this whole trench all the way down his backyard and followed these marbles, like
Right?
announcing
The
like their
project
names
he wanted to get
and,
to, but
like-
never had time to.
and like it was like he had a bunch of names for him. There was like 20 marbles, and he was like, it was like a NASCAR race.
I want to see that. That's cool. Going around corner number 2.
That's how it was. Like
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, Polo's going this way, and this is that," and the yellow guy.
We could do that with snails.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do anything.
What are you gonna do with some time at home?
Well, I did something yesterday.
What'd you do?
Dropkick Murphys did a free show online.
Mm,
Me and Oliver watched it. It was 2 hours.
that's awesome.
It was really fun. Yeah, and I guess like I didn't know, but a lot of bands are starting to do that, which I think is really neat. Musicians like worldwide. So I mean, like I know Leon Bridges did it yesterday too.
A lot of
people are
different
doing, like-
industries trying to adapt.
Yeah.
We
And
were talking
going,
about that earlier. And
yeah.
all this.
Yeah, and they're just trying to like keep. I mean, they're obviously doing it to keep attention on them, but also they're keeping sane by
Yeah.
doing what they like doing.
Yeah.
And like, and I keep trying to tell like musicians around here, like they're trying to figure it out. It's like do what they're doing, like play a live show, like put a tip jar out, but on a Venmo, or like if you're worried about
Yeah.
income and like.
yeah, for reals.
Yeah.
And
that's
I
a
think
great
we're going to
idea.
start doing that more and more.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we have months of this supposedly, so.
Is that Homeboy?
Somebody's.
I don't know who.
Okay, sorry. That was your boss. Just,
No, boss is somewhere over there.
Cool.
I think, and there's not a problem with that, because in
No.
some ways it actually gives more people the opportunity to show the recognition that those artists or musicians or farmers, like we've taught like different people, the electricians, the credit they deserve,
Yeah.
because we recognize actually we really appreciate what you do,
Yeah.
especially now that all the stuff that we thought we were going to get to do has been canceled.
Yeah. I mean, things are
We're
canceling
looking
left
for
and
it.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know if the farmers markets.
Oh yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Well,
None of that's
the San Luis one did, but they're still doing the smaller ones, I think. Because I think I don't know, but I'm guessing it's kind of termed as a grocery store. So it's
Possibly. It's
I
a weird
hope
gray
so.
area.
I hope
'cause
so.
Usually it's in parking lots or on streets. And
I just hope so, because I got a lot of friends that do it, and
well, a lot of people I've talked to are going just straight up direct sales
Yeah.
CSAs, and
some
so
can't. So
right. But this is
Well, actually,
where
they could,
good
'cause
communication.
Venmo and stuff, they could do
Exactly.
it kind of on the low.
No,
I don't
that's-
think anybody's gonna get in trouble during this time. So
Yeah, especially trying to buy. I was trying to
Yeah.
buy food.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But how would we create? Because I'd love to actually talk with one of those individuals. How would we create the awareness within the community that's looking for that resource that just doesn't know to Venmo the site to get your?
I think talking to people. That's what I actually plan on doing too. This weekend, I'm gonna start talking to like people I know in my network, kind of like what you guys are doing, but more of a creative side or an entrepreneur side. I was actually gonna try to interview some farmers, do like live Q&As now.
Good, yeah. That's
And
really
that way
smart.
it's like kind of helping them out, but also talking about what they're doing, kind of like what you're doing.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
just.
just like,
Yeah, no, that
it's something I've been wanting to do, but now I'm like, well, this is definitely something that should happen now. So
Yeah. That's why it was like,
Yeah.
hey, and that's why we're outside and it's windy and a car drove by.
Yeah.
But earlier we were in a garden. It's because
It's just
what's
like
going on is we're gonna have to really accept that like some of these are gonna have to be recorded over the phone.
Oh yeah.
Like quality is gonna drop. That's why I'm
But
only
it's
using
just
one.
like getting out there.
We just as quick as we can talk.
Yeah. And bringing it out so people could talk.
Well,
Yeah.
you said it earlier. There's a lot of listening, and it's all panicky driven stuff. And then the first time they do talk to anybody, it's this psychotic drama fest of what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
And you're like,
I've definitely gotten
exhale.
some things, yeah, from friends like freaking out about it, and I'm like, I try to calm them down, but there's some people are really scared.
Of course, they're
because they're not used to it. It's a big deal. Like
it is a big
even
deal.
if the virus isn't a big deal, what's happening is a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah, even
and both
if
are a big deal.
No,
well, yes,
actually,
but you know what I mean. Though.
Even
Like,
if there was no virus, and the government did exactly what they did, and there was no virus, it would be as big a deal.
Yeah, well,
everything's fine. Nope. Next week, all schools are closing.
Yeah.
Next week, all restaurants are closing. Next week, there are no bars. Next week, at that point, even if there was no virus, people are like, "What the?
Yeah.
Where do I go? What do I do?
Yeah,
How do I do
exactly.
this?
I mean, this
I
was
need
something
toilet
that-
paper,
yeah.
and it just this is normal.
Yeah.
In a huge transition change like this.
I think it'll be kind of good for people, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be good, and we'll see.
I definitely heard some reassuring stuff this morning, and I shared it on one of the mini forums for like photo. But I was hearing a news reporter or a scientist report on it and say, like, how it's contagious and stuff.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, if we be pretty smart, we have healthy immune systems, we stand a pretty good chance.
Yeah, but I think the main worry is the reason why they're doing the shelter in place is so the people that aren't doing well, because the main reason, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the main reason they're doing this is so hospitals don't get packed.
100%.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that. It's
Yeah.
like, it
'cause
doesn't
they're not-
matter if we're
they're not
probably fine.
communicating
Like we could
good
have
enough.
it now.
Yeah, no, that's
could.
You never know.
But it's 5 days
But-
past, so now we're always living in this.
Exactly.
We could have it
it's
now.
like we could have it now, but
But from a hospital perspective, which that will set off a firestorm of panic, they're saying shelter in place, which is stay where you're at.
yeah, exactly.
Even if you have a sniffle, it's springtime.
Yeah.
Those are called allergies. It's best right now for you just to stay
Yeah,
where
just
you're at.
because it might, just in case. Or
Because
something.
if 1,000 people show up here,
Yeah.
or 100, or
Yeah, I
even
mean,
10
especially,
extra,
I mean, our county is pretty small, so they can't.
They
I mean,
can't handle it.
any county really, but
yeah, if you flooded an ER with 100
They
extra
can't.
people,
Yeah.
it'd take days to
and
recover.
they're
from
still
that.
trying to. Like, I was reading some stuff from a doctor around here, and he was saying like, we need to tend to people that are still in the hospitals, that are
Yeah.
going through cancer, that are doing all this plus this now.
Yep.
And it's like it's crazy, but they're doing. To me, I think everybody's doing really well.
I do too.
Other than the small little panic driven stuff like, oh, what I'm going to do without work and stuff. But it's like they're just not really thinking in long term. Like, it's okay.
Well, and we totally understand that
Telling
too.
us to shut up.
Oh, well. We totally understand that too, because if you lost your job tomorrow,
Yeah,
you'd be panicky.
exactly.
And so now it's a shift of going, well, how do I remember that gentleman you were telling me? It was like, I need money to eat. But you can't eat money. So now we got to start thinking in a different way, because
Yeah.
even if you don't have money because you're not working, how do you get those needs met?
Yeah, and I mean, if it does come down to that, I mean, hopefully, like people like you and other people are like, you could do this instead. Like, you could eat this. You could hunt. Like, if you're really that hungry, go catch a squirrel. Like, there's things
That's
we
right,
could do.
that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's not like we're gonna be like left into like nothingness. Like, like they just got to keep realizing there's ways to get around it. And like our community and the government. I mean, I'm not like super into the government, but they're doing things to make sure we don't die
Yes.
or starve.
Yeah.
And every day they're changing something. Like, they're not doing it today, they might do it tomorrow. Like, they're talking about sending people checks, and like they've waived like rent and all that stuff. It's like they're doing stuff to keep us going. Like, they're not just going to leave us high and dry.
So is there something that you would be like, if they did this, though, everybody'd be chill?
I don't know.
I think if they communicated very clearly to the masses and use all the tools to do that, and say, hey guys, we just need everybody to pause for a while. Okay, don't worry about your jobs. We're gonna figure all that out. Please don't be stressed.
Yeah.
Hang out at home. Take care of your kids. eat healthy, do some exercise. We'll report back in a week. And if we stay calm, we can get around it.
I mean,
Government vacation.
Yeah. I mean, I really think the main central hub of our government, it doesn't matter if it's Trump or anybody, they just, because everybody doesn't communicate well in the government.
Yeah.
They need to tell us, be like, calm down, like you were saying. Tell our state, be like, hey, because our state's doing more, our government is talking way more than Trump. And I mean, you knew that was going to happen just because the government, but at the same time, it's because he's trying to calm us down. It's like our main unit needs to be like, do this and that. Some students are picking up stuff, so
Yeah, you gotta.
still taking care of it.
I just might have to.
So if the government, but the governments, there's layer upon layer, and they're not really working well with each other. And information
That's what it seems
is
like
sketch.
going on.
And
Yeah,
so
even
one
like
guy's-
countries too.
True. So that's top down.
But that's
not
something
doing
we can't
working
change.
well.
we can't change that. So.
And so we're working literally with
Yeah.
how's your family? Okay, that's good. How's
Yeah.
you? That's good. Job, that got weird. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then layering up to see where that next level of vulnerability comes in
Yeah.
reality versus
Yeah.
media.
I mean, I think the big thing is just we're all in this together. And a lot of people are saying that, but we really are. Like, I feel like we should use that, kind of like what we're doing today. Like, if you're panicking, call a friend.
Yeah.
Ask them what they're doing. And if they're panicking, you guys call someone else together or talk to someone. It's like, I think that's what the main thing we need to do, because that's how America isn't compared to other countries. Because, like, if you look at, like, other countries, they're not panicking as much. Like, except for China. But, like, Italy, like, they're singing, which I know we're already doing. But that's because we're copying them. That's what America. Yeah.
They have better food.
But I mean, they're not. I mean, they're behind. They were behind like us, and they're not like panicking because they have a totally different governance system. Like, there's people. They aren't running out of supplies at grocery stores like we are because we had a bunch of panic, and they didn't have that. They go every day to a store. They get what they need, and we're behind on that because we didn't listen, because no one told us. According to our government, no one told us this was getting bad. And, I mean, I don't think that was true, but it's just like, I don't know, the community is important. That's I mean, just talking to people and like, I mean,
You have a very different perspective
Yeah.
too, because I'm familiar with some of your other projects
yeah.
and some of the secrets that are shared that most people don't realize
That
are
was interesting.
part of the thought process going through a community too.
Yeah, that Secrets project kind of blew up.
Let's talk about that, because that's why I was like, let's talk to Richard, because
Well,
Richard's getting all these.
Some of these secrets are like being manifested in real life almost. Like,
Yeah,
there's
they're
a
pretty interesting. I mean, I don't talk about it a lot, but it started off as a joke when they started doing like all the question, like when the question thing came out on Facebook or on Instagram. Like, I don't like talking about myself, like, ever. And I've always made fun of like the photographers that like do Q&As, and like I always think, I'm like, wow, you're just stroking your ego, like, which isn't true, but it is true at the same time. And I was like, I'm like, and so I wrote like a joke. I was like, I don't want your freaking question. I want a secret. And it was all jokes, like everything. I was like, that was what I wanted. It was like penis and like smiley faces and the like flipping me off, and like, that's what I wanted. I was like, cool, people are doing it. And then someone said, I'm pregnant, but I'm not keeping my baby.
That was the first like real secret that was
And, yeah, and I knew that person. And it was definitely a secret because her boyfriend didn't know either. And I was like, so I did what I shared it.
Did what I always did. It was about what you were about to say.
Yeah, I shared it. And from then on, like every 20 minutes, like more and more real ones came. And I was like, oh my God. And I don't respond to anybody. I just get it, post
It's a
it.
platform to be
And it's
posted,
been,
noted on.
I got like over 400 now. And it's like,
Some are silly.
Some are silly.
honestly-
Well, that's what I try
Yeah.
to, I show every single one. because I want because I said humor's important.
Yeah, even the secret
So
though
it's
is not too secret.
Yeah, but it's
you
when you're going through it. When I first started doing it, I wanted to keep the only the serious ones, and I was like, man, some of this is really heavy. I'm gonna have to keep the ones that are funny in there, like stealing your coworker's pizza and stuff. It's that is a secret though. So it's
I'm the one who took the last candy bar.
That's those are the ones that were coming through, but then you get some crazy ones, and it's very interesting seeing people do that, and I come
be honest or share
or I don't. It's just interesting
because they didn't know you, or did they?
Some people do, some people don't. I'm getting it from strangers. I'm getting it from people that just find it now.
Okay.
People will share, and then their friend will go on my page. I only do it every I was trying to do it every
10 seasons
6 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like I see a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. So then you shifted and said, let's talk about this virus.
Yeah, but I don't know how many times I'm going to do that though.
Yeah.
The shift, or the talk
Just
about.
I was curious because people were being so honest with the secrets. I was like, I wonder if people will be honest, and they were.
Yeah.
And I kind of responded a little bit, but a lot of them were
I really like that you responded.
Some I didn't, which I wish I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
But I think if I continue, I'll just kind of respond. But that was kind of what I was like, maybe I should do this Q&A and just talk about it with people too.
I think we should.
And yeah.
We can even do it on video.
Yeah.
We could do a live one right now if you want. We could just put your phone up here and turn it live and see what happens.
What?
I gotta wait. I gotta prepare myself because I don't like showing my face. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. I'm just saying.
I hate
You
showing
look
my
quite
face.
fuzzy.
It doesn't matter. It's a showing the face thing.
Yeah.
No, I understand. I got 2 little kids that I would love to just show pictures of them playing in the garden all day long.
Yeah.
But you don't want to put your kids out there.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I do.
I put my.
You want to
kid out
put
there,
your
too.
children out
No,
there?
As
No, I
artists, we put our
do.
kids out.
Which is always one of those weird lines because a lot of people ask me. I don't know if you get that, but they're like, "Why are you putting your kid?" I don't do it a lot, but
my personal page is pretty personal compared to
yeah.
my working page, and you definitely.
I think
are way more of an artist.
I think my personal page I show more of my son now than I would.
Is he older? That helps.
No, but it was more of I just started showing because a lot more people on my personal page are actual friends.
Right.
And it is private, which I don't even know what that means, but
Yeah.
But I guess I show more. I used to show more on my actual page, but I don't show many pictures. No reason.
Yeah, no reason.
But I've had some people be like, "Why do you show your son all the time, on my stories?" And I'm like, "Because it's us. I don't know. I don't
my
think like
story.
that as much."
It's one of the characters.
Yeah, I mean,
probably a main
I've
character.
found I used to take Instagram really seriously, just like any other person, checking it every day, commenting, doing all the stuff you're supposed to do to keep going, to keep active or keep followers and
Try
stuff.
to use it as a
And,
tool.
A couple years ago, I just started doing I was like, I'm just going to start showing me and what I do, and it's been working better for me.
Nice.
As far as interaction, I like interaction. I may not like it in person as much as social media, but interacting with people that follow me is my favorite thing to do. Talking, I respond to everything. A lot of people do that too. It's
I like it.
Yeah.
I have conversations that then
Yeah,
lead to
yours
phone conversations. And now I'm talking to people in Florida and
and
Canada and here and there.
beautiful,
Yeah,
the
it's great.
connection.
I've been
And-
weddings with somebody
yeah.
on Instagram. He slid into my DMs. It's
Yeah,
really
and I honestly think during this
Yes, it is.
pandemic, Instagram is going to start being used the right way again.
Oh,
FaceTime.
And I think people are going to start using social media the right way, at least during this time.
makes sense. The seriousness versus the
I mean, they
more
already are.
frivolity.
I mean, like I said, musicians are going live and doing it for free. They don't care and just friends are talking more on it. I'm talking to so many people on social media right now. The last 4 days, and I think I have in a long time. People just
So
commenting and
Are you trying to be consistent in the maybe 1 or 2 or just a couple points that you're being and at the end of the day, this is gonna help,
no.
even if it's just no. It's just
I kind of just do whenever I feel today. I posted something about supporting farmers, and it was just something I was after I got out of the shower, I was I'm gonna post this because I just realized farmers markets today in North County, and I have 4 people that go there, and it's I might not be able to go because of work, but we should support them any way we can. And it's like those are the people that like we need to depend on too.
Right.
And a lot of my friends don't have like on sales. They rely on farmers markets or going to slow co-op, which slow co-op, like I don't know what the shelter place is going to do for farmers delivering, like
well, that's a
locally
necessity.
And stuff. Yeah, but it is. But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
But like it might
changes things.
Yeah, it's going to change some things as far as how things are operating. But like it's just an interesting. But like I don't really have like a at the end of the day I need to do something on Instagram. It's like just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Like I never even like the conversation thing. That wasn't like me thinking about it for days. I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like
sometimes those are the best ways.
Yeah, and like the secret thing. Like now, after more people started doing it, I was like, well, I'm gonna start making it a thing, and now it is a thing.
Yeah.
Like that has
become its own thing.
It turned into something completely different. That turned into like a project or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'm trying to think of ways to do something with it. Other than
it's
what
very
it
cathartic.
Is. Yeah.
How is that for you, hearing all the secrets?
It's gotten pretty heavy.
It's a drain.
I know a lot of people that are doing them.
Oh, so
that I didn't know.
You knew
what they were going through. Like I've seen, and strangers, but it's like they're admitting that they've cheated, or like there's stuff that like they're legitimately telling secrets.
Yeah.
And I've known some of these people, and it's like, what the hell? Like, what do I do? Do I say anything? I don't.
Right.
Because that's the point. It's like I don't say anything. It's anonymous. But it's been kind of interesting seeing like the really personal ones of people I know, or they're really sick but they haven't told their parents. Like there was one person that has cancer and they haven't told their family yet. Like it's been weeks. I'm sure they did now, but like, or maybe they haven't yet. It's like it got real really quick when people started, and I was like, the first few real ones, I was like, okay, all right, and then it just kept going, and now everyone is like real. And it could be like as simple as like, I'm afraid that I might have to sell my body to go through college. And I've gotten things like that. If you've read them all, they're like pretty heavy. It's like,
it's
and
real.
It's like, they're not joking around. And then the cool thing is though, out of this, I get a lot of thank yous coming from the people that have told me the secret. Because a lot of people know it's not anonymous. They know I see it. I think some people still might not get that. I don't know yet. I can't tell. I don't know.
Just don't talk.
Yeah, like I just don't respond. There was one girl I responded to, and we helped. I forgot her name.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah, that was.
What was the catalyst for you to be like, actually, I'm gonna make.
Did you see that in any of the secrets?
I don't know which one you're referencing, so
There was one I helped, and I think I included some of the talk in it. I don't remember in the actual highlight, but it was a girl. I didn't know her. Because a lot of people respond to the secrets, and they'll be like, how can we help them? And sometimes I ignore them. Sometimes I'm like, well, I can't really, it's kind of anonymous. But for some reason, this one like got a lot of people. It was about a girl that was pregnant. She wasn't sure what to do. Her like family, like it was just bad for her. And a lot of female women that I knew they were contacting me. She was like, I don't want to have my kid. Want to like abort it. She like kind of went in, and then nothing happened. And like throughout like the next 4 days, I had a bunch of people like be like, who's this person? I want to adopt their kid. Like there was like people like reaching out, like, let me talk to her. Like I'm a doula. Like, let me talk to this person because she's not in a good place. And there was more people for some reason during that one. And eventually I messaged her and I was like, hey, I don't normally do this, but there's a lot of people reaching out to me that want to help you. I'd like tagged their names and I said, do what you must.
Yeah. But there are options or whatever.
I didn't hear anything. And the second, I posted on my Instagram about my secrets. Like I connected with one and I actually posted, like, it was about my father. Like, we never had like a heart, and I wrote that like in a post. And people were like thanking me and stuff. And that girl that was having issues did like a long message. And she said, thank you so much for doing these. It changed my life. Like, and I was like, holy shit. Like, something happened. I don't know.
You don't
It was
know,
like
but it
weeks,
changed her
and then
life.
it changed her life. She's
And
like,
she's grateful.
those people you connected to me, we talked. I felt way better. And I messaged her and we talked, and I was like, wow, this actually worked. In a way that you wouldn't think it would work, but it actually worked because it's people actually connected and helped her. She actually took advantage of it, which she probably wouldn't have done if she didn't tell me that secret.
Yeah. And they would have never connected.
They would have never connected because she was like, I don't know if she's here. I don't know where she lived. But it was cool to see that. I don't know. I don't even know the result of it, but something good happened. So
It's good enough.
yeah. But
That's
it's
nice, man.
it's interesting doing stuff like that. Like I've never done anything like that, even with my photography. So it's kind of cool to do it, but also kind of scary to dive in that realm. I don't know if you've ever dived in a realm like that before.
I've tried, but unfortunately,
Well,
I mean, I do it more one-on-one in human.
Yeah.
You know, but to the masses like that, no, that's not.
Yeah, that was because it was like a joke at first, and then all of a sudden people are like, really? Yeah. And I'm like, oh God, like I don't know what to say, but here we go. Yeah, it was cool. It's a really cool thing to see people, and it's helped me. Like that post I wrote like a bunch about like why I connect with people, and like I thanked everybody, and it was cool to have like that community, like kind of like a whole pay it forward thing or circle. Like
that's good.
Yeah.
It's connecting dots.
Yeah,
Somehow,
it really is.
yeah.
And a lot of people aren't connected,
Yeah.
which we already know.
Yeah.
And then they don't know how to ask. They literally don't know how to ask.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And people throw stuff in the trash can when they're going, oh man, I really could have used that.
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever reason, I would never ask you to have that. And now I have a pride issue and I'm not going to go take it out of the trash.
Yeah. I mean, I'm afraid to ask questions sometimes, and it's like I've learned to try to do more questions because it helps in the long run. If you sit back, it doesn't. Or reaching out a little bit. Like I've learned as growing up, I'm like, maybe I should reach out to someone if I need help in certain aspects, even if it's just like learning how to do something.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like super personal, but like I need to contact my friend because I really need help, like making a box, or like instead of like just trying to, like, you just got to swallow your pride and be like, I'm going to put this out here. Hopefully someone does something with it. And that's like a huge part of what I've learned with this secret project, and just conversing with people through it. It's been kind of cool.
It's very cool.
Scary, but cool. It's really neat seeing people like reach out to you though.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Well, one of the reasons I said we need to hang out and talk to you for a minute is because of that. And
yeah, and I don't talk to anybody about it, so this was kind of cool to.
And you're a communicator though.
Yeah.
So I think right now, especially when people are kind of scared,
yeah,
your voice, you specifically, can help.
Hopefully,
like, hey.
Or what we could do, and it's not just me. I think anybody could do something. Like, I mean, like what you guys are doing. This might strike a conversation with someone that's watching this when you guys put it on, and like either with us or someone else, because we talked about it in a more calming manner. Like, you have to have discussions. Like, it's not a debate, you just discuss. And like without that, we go nowhere. So it's like, I think it's important to do that like we're doing today. And on social media, especially what's going on. Like, we need to use something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people do have a lot more time on their hands.
Yeah.
And so they're
hopefully
searching.
they use it the right way
and
ask those questions. Like,
what are some questions that you would have people ask?
To me, or what like what kind of questions about what's going on
to
right
help
now,
them
or?
through this transition, maybe to themselves even, ask some of those
What are you gonna
pertinent questions. Yeah, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah, I mean, the time
Time.
thing, like, I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if you know.
I do.
I have some things, but I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, if it really gets to months, like, I'm going to
So
have
many projects,
like,
right?
I keep joking with friends. I'm like, we're going to all have really fucking clean houses, and we're going to get some rad projects done. Like, and like, that's what I keep telling friends. I'm like, if anything comes out of this.
That's right. The baseboards
people
will
like-
be cleaned. And
Yeah.
this will be
Definitely for people like us, we're all three of us, we're communicators, connect the dots.
Yeah.
We make sure things happen. And then we have, as for like documenters, we need to find a new way to help use our tools, cameras.
Yeah. And that's like,
to make money.
that's going to be a struggle.
It's going to be a big struggle.
I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet.
Yeah.
I don't like today, like the shelter in place today.
Well, there's going to come a point
Like,
well, there's not gonna. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
getting crazy, but let's just say it came to months.
yeah,
and
which
months.
it might.
Which
and
it
it's
might.
like
It's a possibility.
we as people that are hands-on, people that make things or share things
Or serve.
or serve, we're going to need to figure out what to do.
Yeah, I think collectively we have to kind of figure it out.
I mean, it's already happening, and it's only been 3 days, so I think it's good for like, I mean, like I follow someone, the Enjoy Slow account on Instagram. I'm friends with them, Michelle. They're like having like an event March 26th, and it's going to be an online event, and it's like they're stoked about it. They weren't announcing it first, but today they're like, we finally figured something out to do for everybody. It's like if more and more people do this, it's going to keep us going, and like it's also going to influence more people to do more. Like hopefully what we're doing influences more people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what my goal is with photography. Like that's why I help people a lot. It's like I hope like my knowledge keeps them going. Like that's why I'm always like, I always answer questions. Like it doesn't, like in photography especially, like I love helping people, and like if they can improve, and even if they pass me in the money situation, as long as they're enjoying what they're doing, I'm so stoked for them. And that's how I've been. It took a while to get to that, because usually when you're first like a photographer and you really start doing business, you're like kind of competitive. Even if you don't want to be, you have to be. But lately I'm like, I'm stoked my friend's doing this. They're making more money than me. I'm fucking rad. Like, and that's kind of like,
It's working.
yeah, it's working. And it's like, I'm good for them. And like in any art too.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting to see what people do,
Yeah.
artists in general. And
There's
just
going to be a
work.
whole lot of pointing the camera at ourselves. 'Cause it's a lot
I
of stuff.
think so, which is something a lot of, especially in the art community, we don't do. And most artists don't do that unless if they're like self-portrait artists or
Yeah.
something. So it'll be very interesting to see a lot of our faces more.
Yeah.
People might not like it.
I think a lot of humans are just going to get preachy from their house because they're bored.
I think they are too.
A lot of live Instagram, you know, a lot of FaceTiming. We're going to, as long as the internet's flowing, we need to use it as a tool to communicate and feel better.
Yeah.
And
Encourage those that are
and love.
vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife's 93-year-old grandmother.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go and visit. We're not
Yeah.
going to visit. We can FaceTime.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's call grandma.
And they're like-
hang
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
just
I mean, it was same with me. My mom, she's not old, but she's got a bad immune. And like I talked to my dad yesterday. I'm like, I don't want to see you guys because like, what if I have it?
Now here's a
It's like,
question.
it's always been bad. Like if I'm sick, we
Yeah.
can't go. But now I'm like, I mean, of course,
more
at the same
concerned.
time, am I that concerned? Or is it fear?
Yeah.
It's like one of those weird things. It's like, because this is supposed to be just like the flu, but it isn't. But is it really? We don't know because there's so many information going on. It's like,
It would be interesting if the flip was, instead of focusing on the death count, it was focusing on, dude, 95% survivability easy,
yeah,
right? Yeah, it sucks. It's called the
Yeah.
flu or a cold or this
Yeah.
or that, seasonal, whatever. But
Yeah.
95 plus are gonna end up being fine.
yeah. I mean, and that's guaranteed too. That's what a bunch of numbers have proven that, and we know it's gonna. I mean, people are denying it, but we know it's gonna get worse. But so does the flu. So did SARS. So did
Exactly.
everything else. This
But
is
not
just
worse,
more than
meaning
everything.
30% casualty rate.
Yeah, and
No.
even
Like,
if it did,
we would recover and
we
adjust
should
and
recover.
adapt and
Yeah, like
from
we
that
will.
too.
And it's like, but yeah, like you're saying,
But
a big
focusing on
thing would help.
surviving.
even the government or anybody that's talking about it, they should be like, screw the numbers. Let's just talk about what's happening. Like, people are going to get sick. People are going to recover. And we're going to try to help them in between that stage. Like,
Pretty much. That's why we have teams,
yeah,
right?
it's like,
People, family,
Yeah.
friends.
and they need to educate. Like, they should instead, I feel like the government should be like, this is what small businesses should do to keep going. Like, they should start, I mean, they're not going to because they're politics, but like, it'd be nice to have someone in that position calm the panic down.
Where do you see the
And I don't-
panic being the highest? And if we could help
I
that,
don't
then
know.
proportionally everything else goes
I mean,
down too.
I see like when I
thought of
was,
something really weird.
yeah,
Somebody said to me, it hasn't hit the children. And,
Uh-huh.
you know, it's like, yeah. And I was like, But what if it does? Because that's when we're gonna start to lose it.
No, kids get sick too.
Yeah, I mean,
And especially
Italy
populations of kids that are
has
sick.
told us that there's younger people getting sick. They haven't gave us the numbers, which I think is good. Like the ages.
Yeah.
I don't even think it should focus on ages.
I appreciate that
Because
because what we're really talking about is a vulnerability scale.
It's obvious. Like
It's immune.
throughout human existence, older
Mm-hmm.
people are going to get sicker. Younger people might get sicker. The middle's usually okay. All they have to say is if you're old or older than, say, 30, you should pay attention more than if you were 20. Like, that's what they don't have to be like, if you're 65 and older, you shouldn't do this. Like,
fair.
well, like at Cuesta, like, anybody that's 65 and older, like Janders, they can't work here right now.
Oh, literally, it's the
They
age
did
restriction.
that. They did
You're
that
at.
like 2 days ago. They're getting paid leave, thank God. But it's like that person might be a really healthy 65-year-old
Yeah, way healthier than the 40.
than me. He's probably healthier than me. Like shit. Like I'm not the most healthiest person in the world, but like you never like it shouldn't just be about age.
Yeah.
Because we know like we know the people that are low immune. We know.
They're walking around with oxygen bottles.
Yeah, like
right?
we know they're gonna
Yeah.
like we know they're at risk more. Well, you don't need people telling us like so and so's, and we don't need people being like 6 people died, 4 of them were 65 and older. Just tell us like people are gonna die. Like you don't need to tell us like specifics, because then it's just gonna panic people.
So is this information just not taught in schools? Because like
don't know.
as a natural consequence to illness and disease, like no
It
history.
is, right? I don't know.
No history of like colonial conquest.
I don't
no
know.
North America, South America.
It's a whole. I think. Yeah.
Well, for me, that's.
I don't know what that means.
Stop the conversation down. Keep breathing. Stop.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means when you're
I'm
doing
just
that.
like, just take it down for a minute because I
It's
have
about the flow. He's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so not.
Does it turn off
But
every once
see,
in a while?
that-
Every 30
Oh.
minutes, I'm trying to stand.
that reality check is missing.
It is. I don't know where it could come from. And it's we need people that are not more in power than us, but more spread, like people could see it more.
A different
say-
perspective.
yeah, like, we need to,
the
like-
wide, narrow.
Like it'd be nice to have like fuck it, like a celebrity go up and be like, hey, guys, I don't know much, but I know it's not gonna be horrible. Like that would probably help a lot of people. Because maybe they respect someone. Like when Tom Hanks,
That was just her
people when he came out,
dead.
Well,
He's
when-
like,
well, but
he
when-
got it. He's gonna die.
but
We're
when
gonna lose
he
Woody
calmed,
from Toy
I'm
Story.
pretty sure he probably calmed a lot of people down, saying,
good.
"I got it. I'm living with this. We all got this together. We need more people like him, not celebrities, but we just need people to say
See,
that."
Magic Johnson did that with
Yeah,
AIDS,
and-
right?
But like, those are the
And
people.
20 years later, he doesn't even have it anymore.
Exactly, and like, all he said when he was talking was like, "I'll get better,"
Yeah.
and he did.
Yeah.
And he never was like, "I'm gonna die." Statistics doing this, like this, like,
Magic or Tom?
anybody, like anybody that's
Right?
fallen in that
because
category.
you have a situation where, like, yeah, I know for everyone else this might seem like a big
Yeah.
deal, but I got to get to tomorrow.
Yeah, and like our government's not doing that. I don't know who could do it. I guess maybe just our community keeps talking about
Yep.
it,
Encouraging
and like the more it goes around, like I mean on Instagram, like there's people will be like support your small business, and like we just need more people doing that. Like
I want to, but they're
constantly.
closed.
But I mean, yeah, and you have to we have to come up with ways to support them, and a gift card might not do it because really a gift card doesn't. A lot of businesses can't even use the gift card money until it's used.
You need to call them,
Yeah.
make an order, send them whatever electronic money they're taking,
yeah, exactly.
and they will
One
deliver
friend
it for
of
you.
ours was saying Prince. He
Prince?
said a bunch of
Yeah.
rich people are sitting around right now with money. They can buy my print. I'm like, I don't know if a Prince is going to help them right now,
Yeah.
but if they're looking to spend money and they're
Dude,
bored, want to look at
On the
something pretty,
back of it,
Yeah.
you could like put the toilet paper pattern and be like, just in case.
Just in case. Multi-use print.
I can send you videos of me wiping my butt with your print, Richard. What do I think of your photo, Richard?
He told me if it got that bad.
It's like day one of telling someone. You're like, wait, what?
Mom was like, you need anything? I was like, seriously though, fine butt wipes. I want them.
Yeah, it's like we'll see what happens. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
we'll definitely see what happens. So,
more people spreading positivity is what's needed.
We left the garden day today literally with some medicinal plants, some food for the garden, like nurture that aspect, food for families, and we left full.
Yeah.
And some flowers. You know?
And we need to educate people like that too. Like I love your little ones that you've been doing about the weeds in your front yard.
That's his backyard.
Well, or you know what I mean? Well, I just meant like you're saying like you could find like
You could do it right here,
do it right now.
Like
Look at it.
that's good because people that go to farmers market that can't right now, and if they have weeds, they can make a garden, but if they can, but it's like, oh, you get a salad instead of going to farmers market because you can't. Maybe look in your backyard or your neighbor and just start taking what's edible. And it's like to show people that might calm someone down.
Yeah.
Like
no, for reals. Yeah. It does, because you go from I have nothing to I have something.
Yeah.
And that's something to start.
That's what
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal.
Yeah, just with like an artist like doing a video online talking about themselves, that's something. Yeah. It's like, and hopefully it helps someone else. Like that's the arts are gonna have a hard time trying to figure out.
Always.
Yeah.
A lot of industries are right now.
Yeah,
that's fine.
like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Just pause for a minute, relax, get some sleep, and start working on a project.
Yeah.
I actually think there's going to be a revival.
Yeah.
Like, I've talked to quite a few
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, I get to play now. I've been working.
Yeah.
And now I have a week and my house is clean.
Yeah.
And so
I know, right?
I get to, right? And so they're like, I get to do this.
Yeah.
And I was talking to someone in Colorado last night. She's like, oh, dude, we got the spare wood and we got this. And
yeah, I mean, you never
I'm like,
know.
oh,
maybe J.K. Rowling will come out with some new paper.
He might, she might, yeah. There's gonna be so many. Like,
I'm hoping to release my favorite video game early, but they just sent something out saying, ooh. Like I told you.
They might though. They might change their mind. They might be like,
dude,
you know
all
what?
downloadable content.
They're already doing it.
Yeah.
Like
I know. Give it to
Disney
me.
Plus is like, or like all those people are like, we're releasing 4 months earlier. It's like,
Frozen
wait
2,
a second.
it's
So you
coming to
could
the
have done
rescue.
this every time?
Yes,
Like-
it's true.
Beginning of time.
So why don't you? Well, because it's not part of the profit cycle.
But
We want to release Frozen in winter time at
watch
Christmas.
now. Everybody's gonna get used to it.
Yep.
And then when we get out of it, people are like, where is my movie? It came out a week after the theater. Where is my
Right? Or how's this, ready? They get back and they're like, oh, this lasts till June. But they want the kids back in school. No, you now need to spend summer inside.
Which is going to happen. Yeah.
Because everybody's like, we're going to try to reset the cycle. But summertime is when it's the total opposite.
Yeah.
You should be out. There's harvest. There's all these
Yeah,
other
it'll be
aspects.
It'll be interesting.
It'll
People
be very
aren't going to
interesting.
realize. Yeah, we need to stay inside for a bit. And as I'm out here talking to you right now, but he's my normal. We see each other almost every day. And then all of my pieces that come into both homes are out in the communities.
Yeah.
So how are we going to stop it? Okay, cool. If we all just shut down and go inside, you're still going to get sick eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to help curve it and not go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So,
which is,
and obviously that's happening
yeah.
because the roads have been pretty bare.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, people are listening.
yeah. And
We just need, I really hope, the one thing that bugs me is the panic buying.
Right.
If you look at all the other countries, they're not doing that. And it's like, that's the American way.
Mhm.
And I wish there was a switch that we could flip to be like, you don't need to do this. You're panic buying. We have stock. You don't need to buy months and months of toilet paper
yeah, because now there's none
and
for my
food.
kid.
Because if you look at, exactly, which sucks.
This is what we need to be talking about right
And like,
No, I'm
it's-
standing in line, right, or at Costco, and I'm listening to this lady explain, I buy toilet paper when I need to,
yeah.
and now I can't. So that's like a
right.
different type of desperation, because it's like, no, I actually need toilet paper.
Yeah, I mean, I
Versus
just dealt with that 2 days ago. No, Saturday. I went to Food for Less, and I was told by everybody, I'm like, don't go anywhere because you're not gonna have toilet paper. And Food for Less in Tascadero had toilet paper, and I went there, and have you guys been to the stores at all?
Some.
Yeah.
Which one?
It really is insane.
Yeah, it's different.
I didn't really believe it until I went, and I was witnessing. It was before the shelves were empty.
Okay.
There's some empty, but I went to go.
There were gaps.
Yeah, there was gaps,
Versus
but it wasn't like
nothing.
empty
Yeah.
like it is now. So I went around and I was with my son, and we were looking around. I was like, maybe we get some hand soap if they have any. We go to the hand soap. There is like 20 left. I'm like, I just need like one.
Did you buy 20?
Yeah.
You bought 20?
No. So
You can buy 2. That's fine.
you could buy 2. You could buy, well, it said 2. No, they didn't have a limit. They had a limit for water, TP, and paper towels.
but not soap.
Yeah, which was weird because that was something other
Right?
places
Remember
were
we're talking
doing.
about what you need to do is wash your
Yeah.
hands.
So
So you
right
just
as
need
I was
toilet paper.
going up, a lady, probably my mom's age, 50s, 60s, whatever, and her son, older, like teen, grabbed all of them.
Oh, no way.
And I was like,
I
I was like, what the hell? I was like, I looked at my son and I was like,
I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, you see, we only need one, but there's people, I said it in front of them.
Yeah.
We only need one, but there's people like this that are ruining for everybody. And they stopped and let me have 2.
And let you have 2.
But then they took the rest. And I was like, so
Fine,
you're
I'll take
still
18.
taking them? But because I said that, thankfully I was able to get, they're like the little ones too.
I'm grateful you opened your mouth
And
because
well, I
you
mean,
wouldn't
it
have had
wasn't
2.
something I needed, but I was like, you know
Resources,
what? I
looking
don't know
around.
how many are going to be around, and I'm happy I got them because now they're like empty. But then I went to the toilet paper, and it was super weird. They put all the toilet paper in like a bundle, not even on the shelves. And it was like a free-for-all, dude.
Free-for-all,
Like,
yeah.
it was literally like, I went over and I was like, looking at the different ones. They had like only one brand, and a bunch of people were like just grabbing shit. And I'm like, what do I do? I didn't even know what to do because I was like not used to it. And I went to grab one, and there was like people, and one person's like, you sure you don't need more than that? And I was like, no.
How much do you need?
I was like, I didn't know how to react to that. I was like, I'm just grabbing, there's 12 of them in this. Like,
Did you feel like you felt a pressure to buy more?
I was like, maybe
You're
I
like,
should
well,
grab
maybe
more.
I
I
should.
didn't, but maybe I should.
Hold your
because
arms out, son. We're going to
everybody
stack
else-
them up.
And it was super weird. It's starting to rain a little bit.
All right. That's fine.
Okay.
But it is super weird because it's not our normal.
It isn't.
But it's also understandable.
It
which
is.
is why you're not fighting
Yeah.
somebody and throwing down in the aisle.
Supposedly people have.
I know. I've seen it. It's crazy. It's really one of those things where you're like, are we on TV right now? Is this fake?
Yeah. Well, supposedly
I'm actually gonna spin this around
Okay.
and let everybody
Oh.
just see the mess.
the mess.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
talk. I don't care. I just talk.
Yeah.
So I have 2 kids, and when I go out, I talk to them
Yeah.
because, frankly, I can't help that person grabbing 18 things or
Yeah.
whatever. But I'm trying to teach him or them so that when that happens to them, it doesn't weird them out.
That's what I try to do too. That's why I said that. I didn't think it was going to change anything. I was just like, I didn't say it loud. I was just looking at him like, we don't need 20. We're going for 1. Some people do that. And he was like, he's 7. So he was like, I don't really know what you're talking about, but
But he
interesting saw age that.
because he sees it and he's like puzzle piecing
Yeah.
it together. Yeah, I have a 7-year-old too. He's almost
yeah,
8.
it's a weird topic because they're old enough right now to start understanding things,
See, but they don't have a context.
but they don't.
And so my little dude's like, I just get out of school.
Yeah.
He has no idea what unprecedented means.
Yeah,
he has no
exactly.
idea that this has never happened at this scale.
Well, he doesn't
in
know
these
numbers.
cultures.
He doesn't know any of that.
And so he just understands that people get sick, and some people, if they're not healthy,
They could
die.
Yeah.
And then we get better and we keep on going.
Yeah, and that's basically what I've told my son. I did show him the germ thing. Have you seen that where you put pepper in water? I did show him that. It like blew his mind.
I don't understand.
So you take like a little bowl of water, do
Okay.
it, and it's like a fun little thing to
Yeah.
do. You take a bowl of water, a bunch of people are sharing it, and I've never tried it before, so I was like, is this really gonna happen?
Okay.
And you put pepper in it, like a bunch of pepper, and then you tell the kid to like put his finger in, and the pepper gets all over the hand.
Yeah.
And then you take some soap, like antibacterial soap or any soap, it doesn't even matter, and you put it back in, and it spreads.
Mhm.
And you're like, that's what germs do. And it like blew his mind. I don't know if you've done that
So
yet.
it's
but,
a
like,
reference for your
Yeah, like-
touch, and then
and
explosion.
it moves all of them away from the finger, so you could see
the spread.
the spread. And that was like, I was like bored. I was like, I wonder if this actually works. And I was like, Oliver, come here. And thank God it worked, because I would have been like, oh.
You're having soup, kid.
But he was like, whoa. So we kept doing it. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, that's why it's important to wash your hands. Even during this time afterwards, whenever time we tell you to wash your hands, it's important. Like,
And don't touch your eyes. And
don't touch your. But that's impossible. I don't know if you.
Right.
It.
See, it almost makes it worse. It's like
I
talking
tried
about headlights or something.
I tried going a
start
day,
scratching.
and I couldn't do
You
it.
can't do
Like,
No. It's windy and it's
Yeah,
cold,
like,
and your eyes start watering. So what do you do?
my
You
friend
blink
wears
few
a
times, you rub your
my
eyes.
friend's wearing a bandana in San Francisco,
Yeah, it
and
looks
she
like
says
a
it
bandit.
helps. But people give her the weirdest looks. Like her and her boyfriend are walking around with them, but she's like, it helps so we don't touch her face all the time. I was like, it's a good idea, but I don't know if I want to be the guy
Roving
yet,
clans
like,
of bandana
like-
clad individuals.
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I mean, it is helping her.
But I kinda
So,
get it.
Like,
It's true.
it's weird that you're
I know.
standing
It's
watching
just
us.
Jeremy.
Oh, come
Standing with his arms crossed, looking down.
back. Just like I said, I'd be back.
That's right. I'd be back. I think some of that humbling that naturally happens when we realize that we're part of something bigger
Yeah,
that's not necessarily under our control.
no, it's not.
And it's beautiful. Like the art aspect to nature, the healing aspect of this, the nourishment aspect of this, and we're an active participant versus isolation, misunderstanding, and then confusion, and the ridiculousness that's ensued.
True.
It's tricky because for it to be real, it has to be real,
Yeah.
and we're very virtual. You both just turned at the
I
same
don't know.
time.
He looked at
That
I
was-
looked-
That was profound.
Camera gear, rain.
We're very virtual, right?
Is there a storm coming?
There is.
I thought it wasn't supposed to rain today.
Yeah,
Different kind
They
of
lied
storm.
to us.
How dare they mess up the weather? All right.
Thank
so
you.
what do we do?
What do you
How
mean?
do we do it?
What,
How do we help get each other through it?
Well, we're talking about.
Talking.
Exactly.
So I feel like we've had a reality check on the situation.
I mean, what's going on right now?
Yeah, that kind of attitude and feels. Things are fine. It's just different.
Yeah.
There's some fears, but we're dealing with that. And we're people trying to utilize the opportunity of time in a positive way while being healthy and conscious. But is there, like with some of the people we've talked to, it's almost this aspect of we're still open for business.
Yeah.
Like that's how we take care of the community.
Yeah.
You know? And we provide a service.
They're gonna have to. There's
It's
things that are
starting
gonna
to sprinkle.
have to remain open.
Yeah. So how would you
Yeah.
encourage somebody to do that?
To
And we've-
remain open?
to get their needs met in a situation where they can't just get up and go outside.
Are you
and get
talking
their-
about like someone that's stuck and needs to get something? Or are you talking about the business owner? What's your...
Both.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, it goes
it's
both.
part of that connection. Using the systems, maybe in a positive way, because you talked about Instagram maybe
Yeah.
being used for its original intent. Craigslist has been
I mean,
a system out there for a long time of barter and
The
trade and
neighbor
share.
system, I don't know if that's the proper name for it, but...
It's called community.
Well, yes, but I mean directly your neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's
The
I
rings
won't
away
in,
from you
I
as an
won't in my
individual.
neighborhood because I don't like my neighborhood and no one talks, and now it's even just
Yeah, it's weird.
20 times more than that.
Okay. Good to know.
But if you live around people that are willing to talk, like, I think that's a good way to, like, hey, someone needs salt, basically.
Yeah.
But, or toilet paper at this point. But, like, and you don't have to go to their house. You could call them, which sounds weird, but you could be like, hey, do you know how to do this or something? Or can you maybe go to the grocery store because I can't because I'm watching my kid? Or...
That's a good point.
yeah, like stuff like that. Like maybe don't send them because you're
Or
sick. but-
before I go to the store, do you have any
Or
extra
if you
that we
need
can,
anything.
Yeah.
Maybe
Which-
UPS can adapt and start helping on a different level because they're already heroes. So,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
or
they
maybe
are.
can
yeah,
start
they're gonna have to
delivering.
keep doing it anyway.
Yeah,
so.
they're gonna be they already have the immune
Yeah, I mean,
system for
post
it.
office, UPS, they're gonna have to keep going unless if somehow they get shut down, which would be if that happened.
We were talking that's a different
That's
conversation.
a
We'll call
different
you
conversation.
again.
Yeah, like,
And that one will be over
People
the
aren't
phone.
getting their
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
that means martial
I know.
law has gone into effect.
I
in
know a lot of
other
people don't
things.
even go grocery shopping. It comes
Yeah.
in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, which people are. Well, I don't know. how
Yeah,
they're doing it
we'll
now,
just
but-
adapt and do that. But
Yeah.
then there's where did it come from and who do you trust?
And then that's when the video
I
of
hope it
us
doesn't
walking around on the farm that's the healthiest place on the possible planet.
Yeah.
that's where you're getting your
Yeah.
produce from.
which, should be like that anyways. But
Agreed.
we don't have to
I
get
feel
into
great
that
at the
during this
farm. I can
conversation.
breathe and I'm like, it feels good. Let's play
It
in
was
this.
sunny. We come here and it's cloudy and rainy.
Farms are magical. Farms are magical places.
Yeah. We're just going to keep
little
a patch of
sunshine.
sunshine on this for you there.
It's nice. I know the sunshine's gone.
Yeah. Come on.
So overall, you seem pretty calm.
I am and not. I'm more worried about what I'm going to do with my photography.
Well, we're going to
That's
adapt.
so interesting.
So that's kind of because I think here, right now I'm a lab tech. Right now I'm a lab tech, so I'm not teaching. And if this goes till summer, it's going to ruin my kids because I teach kids here for like photography. That will obviously change that. But this term, I'm a little nervous because since I'm not a teacher this term, like once, like I don't know, the shelter in place, I don't know if that means I can't come to work tomorrow to work here. I don't know until they release an email because I don't.
I mean, it might be best.
But at the same time, I think I'll
there's
get
so much unknown that
it's
you
like,
don't even
but
know
at the
how
same,
to
and
do.
I asked my human resources yesterday, and they had no idea.
Yeah.
And usually they're the ones that like they calm you down and like this is what happened. She legitimately was honest and
No
was
clue.
like, I can't answer your questions. Like I could tell you what happened to the 65 plus. They're getting paid leave.
Are you 65?
Yeah, it's like,
No.
and it's like, yeah. So we'll see if we get paid leave. It's like one of those things where, but the photography is interesting because I'm used to taking photos. And I think we could still do. I think we're allowed to go outside,
You are.
Yeah, you can't.
so I could still take photos.
The inside outside isn't
Yeah.
gonna make it. It's the air's still gonna get in.
Well,
It's still
yeah.
gonna spread. Like that's not how, or that, what I should say is that's not how it's gonna spread.
Yeah.
You know.
So hopefully we don't shelter in place, meaning we're stuck inside. If it was a big city, I would understand, but here I think we're a little more rural and like
Yes.
we could take advantage of going on hikes and stuff because we
Yes.
don't need to be next to each other when we're hiking.
6 feet.
Yeah.
That's actually quite far.
Yeah, we kind of. Yeah, we
really
want.
want to hug you.
we want
because I miss you.
Yeah, but
We'll
we could
that
do
off camera,
we could
so
do
there's no
a
documentation. of
we
the
could do a
physical.
foot tap like
That's
people have been
probably one
doing.
of the
I think we're
dangerous
teaching all the
things.
kids to be like MMA fighters. It's like knuckle punch, elbow kick. There you go, right? Because it's the situation where I don't want to give you a hug. So I'm going to do all those
Yeah, like-
pseudo-violence.
What are we doing?
My 5-year-old thinks he's Superman and a superhero already.
Yeah.
You know,
like, and now you want me
strong
to
the
elbow
hugs are
kick?
going to be in June when this like
Yeah.
is over.
15 years from now, our high school students are beating the crap out of each other, saying, "What up?
They already are. Yeah. Hi, how's it
What
going?
up? Boom, boom, boom."
I'm just saying hi.
2020 changed that.
All those coronials, they
We got
just
rid
hit
of
each
all-
other.
Shit, it's actually raining now.
All right,
Yeah.
do we need to...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's naturally done. Throw a piece of advice out. Common
to wrap it up? A wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Keep
doesn't have
talking
to
to
be
your
advice.
friends.
keep talking to your friends.
I like that
We
one.
can call you. We can FaceTime you.
Exactly.
All right.
Keep talking to the friends.
You know I will. All right, Richard. We very much appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun.